if the government's not doing, if the governor's not doing what they want to do, even the governor of Illinois, if he's not doing
then
what
he
they want
becomes
to
a
do,
pedophile or a
then
rapist, or he
exactly,
likes
right?
little
You know what I mean?
boys next. It's like
Exactly, right?
that's what they do. It's crazy. If you look at all the people that are against, whoever the hell's running things, say something out of place, next thing you know, they're like sex traffickers or they're rapists.
There's a guy that was on Joe Rogan podcast because he did um, another podcast. Let me give his name so that people can watch it. And that he was the governor at one point, but he
Jesse
got
Ventura from the WWF,
no,
formerly WWF.
nope.
No.
Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevic.
Okay, what's this
so
about?
listen, so he was in prison for 9 years because basically the people in the states who sort of run everything didn't like the way he was doing things in Illinois. So he was a governor, and
Yeah.
they
What was he
got him
doing?
nothing, and that's his story. And so they were saying he's corrupt. So he ended up going to jail, and they were like, just plead guilty and you get 18 months. And he was like, no, because I really didn't do anything. And so he got 9 years because he just
9
wanted
years.
just because he wanted to make sure that he told his story and said, I really didn't do anything. And so the same people went after Trump, he's saying, basically, right? And that there's just like this huge political underworld, that controls things down there.
Yeah, they call
and
it
that
lawfare.
if the government's not doing, if the governor's not doing what they want to do, even the governor of Illinois, if he's not doing
then he becomes a pedophile or a rapist.
Exactly,
or he likes
right?
little
You know what I mean?
boys next.
Exactly, right?
That's what they do. It's crazy. If you look at all the people that are against, whoever the hell's running things, say something out of place, next thing you know, they're like sex traffickers or they're rapists or they're, at the
and they say, look, we'll make this all
parties.
go away. Just plead guilty, and that you won't have to do the time. Your family, your son wants to get into that school,
right? Because he's not corrupt. They're fucking around with him because he won't play ball. Probably
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're not going to let us build this?
All right. So they had to
this hotel?
They had to try him twice because
Fucking
the first
pedophile?
time they had to wait till they found a judge that was actually going to convict him. Like it was like a serious
vote
orchestration
in a judge first to get this guy out. Right?
It was a serious orchestration.
This is what happens. This is how fucked up everything is. It's so fucking crazy. So
these are the things that obviously in Canada, we're just such like a, I don't know. We're kind of like we're a little bit of a wuss. Like when you watch Congress in the States and then you watch like the Parliament and like how we act and all these things like that, it's kind of a joke.
People really don't know. Listen, I can't say a lot of stuff because although people don't really believe it, I mean, I am a professional the other, few hours of the week that I'm not on this show. And so what really happens behind the scenes is fucking insane. Okay. But it's like anything else. It's like if I say something about certain things, maybe I don't get what I'm trying to get. So I got to keep my fucking mouth shut. Right. And I mean, although it may be hard to believe that I keep my mouth shut, there is so many things that I would love to shed light on that would be horrible for me personally that I'm just not willing to do at the moment. Right.
Not on the show. We don't have enough subscribers for that.
But listen,
it'd be a lot different if we had like 1 million subscribers.
Not to change anything, to just get off my chest and be honest, right? But it's like you can't do that. And so imagine like these politicians where they actually get some real shit on you, not just like, maybe I'm not going to get the parking I'm looking for or the side setback. It's like real shit, right? Imagine what kind of shenanigans are really going on. I mean, we hear the stories, we see the stuff. Talking about shenanigans and pieces of shit, and maybe we weren't talking about that. But what about Jag Meat? What about that motherfucker?
Hey.
What about that fucking
what do you mean? He's now all of a sudden he's on everybody's side. He's saying, I'm not happy with Trudeau either. You're still upset with him?
He's been saying that forever. Now all of a sudden that the timing works in his favor for his pension.
He's a politician, of course. It's his job. What's he gonna do? He's gonna jeopardize his spot as his party leader. He's doing a
What
great
is
job. He's
going
playing
on?
chess. Everyone else is playing checkers.
But okay, so my point from before is that we're so dumb here in
Yeah.
Canada. We don't realize how fucking corrupt our political system really is.
Every person I've talked to recently has told me that being the 51st state sounds like a great idea and that we should vote on it. Not one person that I've talked to has been like, oh, that's crazy. Who wants to? Every single
Yeah,
person
like
I've even
what's the
brought it up to, they're like,
difference?
I know, right? I know. Let's do it.
They're
How do
offering
we
us a
change
one
this?
to
Do
one
we go to the
dollar.
post office, Shoppers Drug Mart? Like, how do we figure this out? You know,
And they're
Tim
offering the
Hortons in the
one to one
drive-through.
dollar, right? $1 to $1. So now, especially, that's a
Yeah.
great fucking deal. But what's the difference? There's literally a bridge, and we have to stop saying oot and a boot, maybe.
Maybe.
And
I'm okay with that.
we can't claim basketball and hockey
You can
anymore.
have gun laws that are different here. You can have healthcare that's different here. Like all the things that we're all scared of
The
here
real
can just be like kept the same. Like you know what I mean? Like it
the
just won't be part of the Constitution. It'll say right to bear arms, but not in Ontario. You know, like you're just not allowed to have them there.
Well, I
You
don't
know?
know why that would be any different, but the real
Well, that's
hole
what
in the
people.
whole proposal,
Why
like
don't
there's
people
a
like the states? Tell me one thing.
why don't they like the
Right away, top
states?
of your mind, people say, "Oh, I don't want to live in America." Canadians.
Because they're warmongering, stupid morons.
Gun wielding, no health care,
They're just really
obese,
dumb.
whatever,
Yeah,
right?
they're
So
kind of dumb.
we just eat properly, don't carry a gun, and still keep our health care here. What's the difference?
Well, I mean, listen, they're not invading us now, so what's going to change if we're
I
part
no, I
of
want them to
them,
buy
right? They're
us,
not going to invade
invade
us
us.
if we're
I
part of
want
their
them to buy
country.
us. I will sell my shares in Canada to the U.S.
I don't know what that means, but
What
I
do you mean?
suppose that makes sense. What do you mean
Yeah.
your shares in
Well,
Canada?
if you
What
got a
shares in
Canadian
Canada?
passport, then
Yeah.
everybody should get a check from the U.S. and say, "Hey, now
Oh, I
you're
see.
officially part of the U.S."
Fine. I just don't see what the hell, other than the currency, what's the difference? But the problem with the plan is that they've offered that dumb motherfucker, what do they call it? Governor of Canada? They're going to call him a
No, that's
governor?
just a
Why
joke
would you
right
let
now.
that? Yeah, but it's a better joke if you say, we're going to take you in as our country, as our 51st state,
And fire
and
you
you can go
and
fuck
make sure that
yourself
you're
through
a
the,
pedophile and that you're
right?
doing jail time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll
Yeah, you're
send our
going to
people and
Siberia,
take
you
care of you
bastard.
really quick. Either you resign or you're going to be on the news for, going in and out of the video store.
Are you dying to have the Canadian Real Estate Show merch?
Ho, ho, ho. I bet they are, Daryl. Guess what?
Ho, ho, ho.
Now they can buy it themselves. Go check out the merch store.
What a Christmas gift this would be. Make Canada great again, TK.
Your significant other, think about them opening up on Christmas Day, a gift from the Canadian Real Estate Show. Maybe they don't even know what that is,
Maybe
but
they don't.
imagine the look on their eyes of surprise.
Yeah.
Guys, for very reasonable rates that we make very little money on, check out the merch store and support the cause.